is one of the most cognizant players right now.
To have that reaction when the heavy snipe comes in.
My God.
To just know that that's going to happen. Mongol takes out Hupek. Man, Mongol, every time I see him in a position like this is so scary for all these players. Look, he even takes an RPG shot in the middle of all that pressure on high ground. He has 2 of them, Lupa. I'm not sure why he has this.
Double rocket is the strat. Didn't you know that? Come on, Bala. Get with the times, man. Mongol literally thinking 5 steps ahead of everybody else at this point. 64 points. Everybody, just look at the number. That is absolutely ridiculous.
That is so nice, actually. The time to get that reload off when you're on high ground earlier in these moving zones. Now it's through the 8. He does manage to get that reload off, and nobody expects a double RPG. Nobody.
Honestly, it does kind of blow my mind that Mongol's embracing 2 rockets right now. Mongol and Boyer, a little face-off here. Mongol's reloading. Those rockets do take quite a bit of time, so he's going to try and load those ahead of time in case an engagement like this one shows up. Gets a light tap there with the pump shotgun.
No more mats, though. That's why he couldn't actually fight for that, because he spent so much time reinforcing that. Does get the RPG just barely through the stairs. He's going to make an edit down and now start pressuring. But remember, no mats, and another shot does not connect there. Does try. He did knock him all the way down. That player falls.
The fall damage down to 4. He's got 4 HP.
Oh, what?
Catches Omer off guard.
The stink grenade, though. He needs to get out. Yes.
He's still in it. 3 builds left.
Going over the hill, though.
He's going to have to utilize other players' structure at this point, reloading those rockets. He's still sitting on 6 shots between the 2 of them.
Okay. It's not actually going over that hill. It's going to start going down. He actually needs to break a hole through so that he can continue his path down and get through cover. Yes, 2. Barely. 2 HP. Are you going to do this, Marvel? No way. No way can you survive in this situation.
Jamming himself underneath the structure, he might actually, his head might have been poking through the floor. He's staying just ahead, just out of sight. Does the player see him? I don't think so. The drop in. Gets the shot off and gets the elimination. Mongrel literally putting on a clinic of why you need to pay attention to what's going on.
Everybody?
Are you kidding me?
Just fell.
Picks up 3 balls.
Launch pad. He's going to launch pad off. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? 13 eliminations. There's still 4 players left, including him. Add it down! No way are you doing this right now, Mongrel! No way! Top 3 situation now. Gonna get the time for the minis. Still needs to find 2 more. Not sure who he's fighting. It's Alec on high ground and then Zur. He actually, Mongrel, took down every single player that we talked about earlier in the lobby. And now reloading the double RPG as well. Zur's gonna go down in another one. Mongrel, are you kidding me? There is no way you just did that. All right, see you, Lupo.
I gotta go. I'm out. For real, are you kidding me right now? That's absolutely ridiculous. The awareness in the storm. Taking storm damage and picking up elimination after elimination. Got 3 on the outside. The placement of the launch pad.
Not that impressed. I do that all the time on my stream.
Everyone knows that's not true, Jack.
Brilliant performance right there by Mongrel at the end. It's why I picked him today. It's why I said he's my number 1. The man is a freak of nature. Have you not realized that yet? Sundown. That was one of the best final performances of a game I've ever seen.
I mean, it really, really, really was. And you see it jumped him up to that top spot, 76 points. He actually tweeted out, the replay code and everything, and he was like, 16 elimination, victory route, please, I'm nuts, show it. We got it in there right away because, I mean, you deserve to see that. You deserve to see him in that number 1 spot right now. 2 victory routes, still has a match in hand, 2 points ahead of AimSons, but also Serbia there. 3 matches in hand at 72.
In our chairs.
I did get up and he'll tell you. He'll tell you, Internet. I had to walk around. Mongrel showing exactly why so many people will not be surprised if he qualifies.
Yeah, he was so close last week, making it just barely outside of the top 10. And you know, everybody expects it. So we'll see. Tomorrow is the real test for Mongrel. Is it really a test though? Nah, I don't know.
At this point, it's basically just vindication. I have a feeling Benson caught out in the storm. A little bit of a slip down the hill there. You got to watch your step. Moving back up into his own box. And the only damage was taken there.
That was
ultimately, it was from himself, which is, you hate to see it. 0 elims, but 25 points and in a solid spot inside this half and half, the safe zone there. You see in the bottom right, less than a minute until it closes. A door edit, which is typically a little unusual. Distinctive apply pressure with SMG spray as that player attempts to rotate out. The field text does get eliminated.
You can definitely see the nerves here for Benson. This is, we talked about where we are in terms of EU. They have no more queues are available for them. We saw in the leaderboards how many matches were remaining for these players. So this is probably his last game right now. And the nerves are coming in. You can see the door edits falling down the hill. But still, manages to pick it up, and you just got to play through it.
You literally, the nerves coming in is, I think that was a double attempt to edit that, and did not get it either time.
It's okay, man. It doesn't matter if you're nervous. It doesn't matter if you're nervous as long as you still perform, right? You can be as nervous as possible and still be stone cold when it matters. So we'll see.
Now imagine the pressure that some of these players feel right now when they make their way to New York City. If they qualify for the World Cup Finals, the amount of money in the line, how do you stay calm in a situation like that, Ball?
Yeah, you just got to take every single game at one at a time, right? Yeah, every single time reset, you got to just breathe, take your time, play slowly, right? And New York is going to be a lot different than these games. Hey, nice shot there with the RPG and the silenced AR spray. But yeah, it's all about playing slow, playing your game. Don't deviate, right? That's where the nerves, when you just do the same thing that you've been doing for the last year, right, at this point, then that's where the nerves start to kind of fade away on the biggest stage in Fortnite history. I can't wait for that moment.
Foul down there in the bottom right, just a second ago, he's holding the edit, gets rifted out. 2 players go up in the air with that one. Foul looking for his first elimination, the fish here. Adorable sunflower. Adorable sunflower, very confusing mix. Cosmetics here, but it does not matter because it's all effective the same way in the end. A little bit of storm damage here, trying to push in. Kind of a slow edit up top, and I hate to say it, but oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
4 builds left.
What can you do?
Gonna have to catch the elim here.
Okay.
Apparently with these. Touche. Medkit as well. Looking like not too bad of a situation. We get into the storm here with all the builds. Foulhawks just picked up on the way. Lewis down below, a number of players. You still see the tethers from the ballers flying around. There is a player with ultimate high ground all the way at the top of your screen, the red silhouette, for just a moment. But Snowzen and others getting pressure applied as they are trying to make their way through these branches to the next safe zone. And it is actually a very dramatic one if you look at the bottom right corner.
Oh, no.
That is all the way off polar, which means a lot of players probably will stay up top. There's a chance to drop down, especially if you're in a baller already, you can get ahead and kind of maintain a low ground warrior position, potentially.
Yeah, and actually Fallhawks is building up a little bit. Every time he continues to keep going up. Hawks managing to get a little bit of height, but it's not really necessarily going to matter depending on how this zone plays out because he doesn't have the mobility to really get down fast. You need the materials. The trap! What? That was such a random trap, but regardless, Hawks, nice play there, going to pick him up, and he's going to continue on this tarp. He just keeps finding players all the way back behind, and again, here's what I'm talking about. Going down the hill, he's gonna actually go into this box. Is there gonna be a trap? No, it's not gonna happen. He's just gonna continue pressuring through and finds him, stays all the way back at the 100 HP, and he actually picks up a launch pad. This is gonna be key for the next zone. He actually does manage to get it. He's flying right now, going all the way down. Nate staying up right now, water falling all the way down. He's gotta be careful building wood. Some player right above him is gonna be able to chase him. Remember, Nate already qualified for New York, actually.
He did indeed. So we actually, during the break when they were talking about it, Nate goes down right there, we had mentioned that players that have already qualified can still continue to play in these for the prize, as well as potentially the opportunity to deny players that would make it in otherwise. Maybe a situational, a happenstance kind of thing. If you run into somebody that maybe is very close, that is going to be challenging if they do make it to New York as well.
That would be heartbreaking.
Yeah, I hate to see it. I might smile a little bit, but it would be a sad smile.
Now,
pressure
Hawks
from underneath. Hawks, 5 elims now. 33 points total. Does have that med kit for potentially a heal off at the end. Takes 28 there, so 172, still not enough to, still too high to survive a heavy snipe to the body, but gets caught off guard, looks like on the rotation there. This med kit might not be enough. Lewis catches him on the rotation, just waiting for that shot. The heals in the inventory are absolutely impressive, too.
Very solid. He's actually going to let himself get knocked down there as he takes down another one. Nice play there. Just get the shotgun shot ready as he gets knocked down. But yeah, you talked about the heals, 3 medkits. Those aren't very useful unless you have a campfire to actually let you last through the 10 ticks, but he's going to continue to pressure. Now moving on that compact SMG. Lewis going on to Rickolas right now, standing on top of Jan's box. He's going to continue through, and they're all going to fight at the same time. One more. There. Gets him. 1v1 now.
Rickolas, the top down, goes down underneath. Lewis picks up that last elimination, a 20-point game. Puts him up to 44 overall.
That is huge. That is huge. Not sure exactly the timing of this game, but if this was his last game, that could have been it. That could have been it.
The cutoff, man. The cutoff.
That could have been so close.
You know, if that was his last game, he's pulling up the leaderboard and he's scrolling as hard as he can to find out what the cutoff is. Kinstar from Solary. We've watched a number of these Solary players put on an absolute show. They're all very, very good. The setup that they're in as well is pretty impressive. They